But with you, I feel again. Yeah, with you, I can feel again. Yeah, with you.
Hello, LGFA, and welcome to the LGFA Access edition of the World Cup after our group stage games are done here. All done. Looking into the knockout stage, Nubsy and I kind of switched places. I'm representing Nubsy's team, Germany, the glorious Germany.
Got that patch over here, and the flag. Can't go wrong with either of those.
Well, that kind of looked like me on Tuesday night, except I had gloves on. I was making the big saves in net, the big return of goalie for me, and good thing my team scored 8 goals that night, so we got 2 guaranteed wins.
You snuck right in there, didn't you? Old Team USA. That's classic Team USA.
So Nubsy, how was Germany? How did things go this week for you?
Germany was great. We had 1 loss. I think the first game kind of shook us up for the second game. There were like different play styles that threw us off a little bit, but other than that, just churning and burning.
Yeah, one thing that I really liked about your team was not only you had good players, but you had good guys as well. I'm sure the party chat was excellent. You had a lot of good personalities on that team.
It's quiet for the most part. When we start playing, when we start actually talking, like communicating as a team, it does get pretty good.
Could that possibly be the Nubsy team next season for season 7?
I don't know. We'll see how well we do and how many of my players go really high in bidding.
Yeah, that's always pretty important. But
if keep them together, then we're looking pretty good right now.
Well, absolutely. Who wouldn't love to keep an international team on an actual squad?
Right.
So that's good. Good to hear. USA struggled. I only played 1 night. Of course, that night was both wins, our only wins. So what do I expect? But a lot of forfeits. Which honestly, all the joking aside, I had a fear of forfeits happening. We had 11-man rosters, plus we had maybe 5 or 6 training camp guys per team. So, as much as people want to say that we didn't have enough signups or whatever the case may be, listen, when I give somebody an owner spot, I expect that owner to get people to sign up so they can pick them up. You know what I mean? There's only so many people I can get to sign up and my staff members. So, we saw a couple forfeits, a couple teams just do it throughout the whole thing. So I apologize to those that had to experience that. It sucks, but this World Cup was more meant for
don't apologize to England for getting through.
Well, no, I'm apologizing to some people. I'm not apologizing to Soccer SM. I felt very good after banning him in the chat box. I had enough of his nonsense. But no, I mean, it just this was meant for more as like a training ground and to get an idea of how some of these guys would do as an owner if I decide to pick them. So, let's just say that Vendy didn't make a very good impression, and I can't say a couple others did as well. So we'll see. We'll see. They have time. They can make a redemption here with me. But until then, this week's cashed in. Nubsy, what of all the teams now, you didn't say USA was going to make it in, I believe. Did you not in your preseason?
I think I had you 3rd.
Yeah. So
I had you 3rd.
So something like that, not so big of a deal. But what was your biggest surprise of all the teams in this tournament?
The biggest surprise of all the teams, probably Ivory Coast going 6-0. I mean, I don't believe they lost in preseason either, but I mean, to win 6 games straight in this kind of format, the night by night kind of grind, and the pressure of just 1 week to keep it going, that's pretty spectacular.
Yeah, I really Timbo really impressed me. I really like to see him be an owner. Anybody that can I mean, let's be honest. Anybody that can
Timbo. Step up to the plate.
Right? Anyone that can draft can get 2 managers and draft 8 people with a full 11 and go undefeated for 2 weeks. That's pretty impressive. That's not an easy task whatsoever, let alone with an 18-man roster to do that well, but to do it with just 11 guys on your squad, that's pretty impressive.
Who else is on that? Neymar's on that team.
Panda.
who's a Neo Micro had a good week.
Bottomless Pit.
Skill Ache, yeah, Bottomless. Mr. Ronis had a good week.
Jixter's actually an interesting name. He was on West Ham last season, and he only played a few games for us, but he was fairly impressive for a name that I'm not familiar with. So I can't say that I'm surprised that he did well with Ivory Coast. So I mean, great job, Timbo. That's awesome. So
well, as much as I like my team, I hope they don't keep their team together for the regular season.
Well,
they've got a good lineup over there.
Well, here's the thing: their ideas are all going to crumble as soon as they lose the USA in the first round.
Yeah,
it's that simple. So
that's how hopes and dreams end.
Yeah, that's how our dream's going to end too. So, so let's turn it into the biggest disappointment then.
Biggest disappointment. I mean, other than the forfeits, I mean, just Greece not showing up, and I think Sweden played most of theirs. Canada had a couple. Italy had a couple. I don't know. Biggest disappointment actually was probably Ireland. For them not to go through. I mean, they look like a stacked team. And Poland, that was in our group, and we played every game in our group. There were no forfeits. Poland edged them out. For
the majority, Ireland's made up of Leicester, pretty much for the most part. Couple players.
I thought they'd do better than they did. I mean, I was more afraid to play them than I was to play Poland.
Right.
And Poland beat us in the one loss. So.
Yeah, Rune's a good class act guy, and I really thought that they would have a pretty stable team, at least enough to get into the knockout stage. So I think my biggest disappointment, and you named them, was Canada. All three of the managers have hardware to their names. Johnny and McCullough winning the Golden Boot season 5, and then Mayhem win the Golden Glove this past season. I mean, when you start off with three guys that have both have had success here, you'd think it would mean good things, but apparently guys, they're struggling to get guys to show up. Soccer was one of the guys that voiced out with being disappointed, but they really had a really great starting team, and I thought they would have done a lot better than what they did.
Yeah, actually, I think I had them higher than you guys. I think I had them advancing ahead of you.
Well, that's the only reason why we advanced is because they no-showed. They just gave up and said, go ahead, USA. So they were being nice.
Actually, no. I had Canada, USA, Cameroon, and Italy. So I screwed up the Cameroon pick. But I had USA second.
Mac A, greatest owner to ever live. You heard it here. Nobody's going to refrain from saying anything.
Yeah, not on the Mac A account. We'll just.
So yeah, that's for the stage is set for knockout. The setups right now is we have Poland versus Spain on the left side of the bracket. Poland versus Spain, and Mexico versus Germany. The winners of both those teams will play each other, and then winner will go to the finals. And then on the right side, we have USA versus Ireland and England versus Cameroon. Now, obviously, Nubsy, the only game that matters to you
USA
is
versus. Do you say Ireland or?
Ivory Coast. Yeah. Ivory Coast. Thank you. I'm sorry. So obviously, the most important game to you is Mexico, Germany, and be careful with those Spaniards because I'll tell you what.
You always have to.
I'll tell you what. I am very impressed with Marijuano's owner abilities thus far, and Chaparrito's been scoring quite a bit of goals. So that could be a matchup that'll catch you guys off surprise. So
possibly. Chaparrito's got 5.
He's got 5.
Chaparrito does. He's got 5 goals, 1 assist. Potato's got 6 goals. That game and the way that I put it out in extra time is it really is going to be an offensive show, and it's going to be about what defense can shut the other, 2 sets of strikers down. Because you got a good pairing with Potato and Messi, and then who's Chaparrito's partner there? Like I wrote about it, but Well, where is he?
Well, I think
Pretty boy. That's a pretty boy.
Pretty boy. That's right.
Yeah.
I think what it's going to more so come down to, I think the biggest matchup, and he's a guy that I always felt was a decent player, but made himself to be a relatively pretty good player recently, and that's Smoke Barbecue.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing I have noticed playing against him is he's definitely made a name for himself at the DM spot. So I think the matchup there is going to be Chaparito and Smoke, because I'm a firm believer in the midfield, and that wins you games, and that your CDM's your heart and soul. So if Smoke can win that battle, I see you guys winning that matchup.
Can I decline comment on strategy in this game?
Absolutely. You don't have to talk. That's fine. I'm just giving my opinion. So other matchups that you're looking forward to, what are your thoughts?
Really, is it the England and whoever they're playing that matchup? Cameroon. Yeah, that's going to be, and I talked about it next time again, it's going to be close, I think. A lot closer than people think. Cameroon finished first in the group, but it wasn't very convincing, like a lot of other groups. I mean, Ivory Coast ran off with it. Spain ran off with it. Cameroon, they're a little shaky, I think. And if England has a good game, they can pull one through.
England needs a goalie. That's what they need. They need someone in net that's going to play well for them. If they don't, it could be trouble for them. I do like their one reserve Zip for England. He was on West Ham. Pretty good midfielder, and as I can tell, I think he did fairly well in the first week as well. So
yeah, I think I saw his name up there.
Yeah. So it's going to come down to the goalies, I think, in this one. Which goalie plays better. Cameroon obviously is Bauer. Bauer's been known to make some pretty big saves, but if England has to go to Mamba and net, I don't see that game going too well for them.
And Mamba originally, when all the talk of the World Cup started, he wanted to play in net. That was his goal, was to run a team and play in net.
Well, it looks like he's getting his dream come true. But
we'll see how it works out.
So
hopefully he plays on the Bruce Wayne account instead of the Mamba account.
Bruce Wayne. Where do you come up with that? What a clown. So,
of course, I don't know. My guy's last name is Batman, so it is what it is.
Oh, okay. So let's flip to another game that I'm most interested in, and this is a matchup of Leicester City management, future management, Lake and Texas Tenant, Poland and Spain and Poland. I am really excited for this matchup. If I wasn't playing, I would have really liked to watch a stream for this game, because you've got on one side a team with some great defensive pieces, and on the other side a team with a fairly probably the best attack and forward combo in the World Cup, and that's unlucky Dustin, Nino, Romero, not Mike D. All very good, solid players. And even on the back end, Spain's very solid with Lake and Masters at center back. So, what are your thoughts on this matchup? I mean, honestly, I know, you're looking at the other ones and seeing as far as upsets with England and, possibly USA or, Mexico being the upset. But this one, it's hard to tell who's the favorite in this one.
Having played Poland twice, I don't know. They can catch you off guard at times with their offense. And they got the 2-1 win over us. Spain, it's tough to tell because they haven't been putting in all of their stats. I think that it only shows like the most that one guy has is 3 games played, and it looks like they played at least 5. So some of those goals and stuff aren't put in. I'm curious to see who's actually leading that offense, goal and assist wise. Really, it's a tougher call than you'd think. I mean, Spain was the favorite coming in, but Poland's not a bad side.
No,
and it just takes one game.
Yeah, and Fatal was one of those guys that really gave Tottenham the big run for that FA Cup. So honestly, I think this game is going to come down to Fatal versus Lake. Lake's one of those guys, man, that play against him, he's everywhere. He could be left center back, but he'll be on the right back making a tackle. And what's that?
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah, he's very frustrating to play against as far as defense goes. He's very good. And then when you add Masters and a solid midfield such as what they have, I think Spain's got to get the upper hand on this just because I think they have more depth in the full 11. But Poland's not that far behind and very well could make a surprise if they play their best game they can.
Yeah, I think I had it a one-goal game. Yeah, 3-2. 3-2 to Spain.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Fatal's going to get at least one.
Yeah.
Spain's going to get, at least two. Couple mistakes, chances here and there. We'll see.
Yeah. So we talked about all three matchups besides the USA one. Your prediction is Ivory Coast. Can't blame you. Team hasn't lost yet. You take it away here. I can't say anything because I will get carried away.
Well, I've got it 4-2. I mean, it's the whole thing with that game is that Ivory Coast is rolling. They've been rolling since preseason. You guys had a rough start. You pulled out 2 massive wins on Tuesday that pushed you through. The last game being an all or nothing game. Who was it that you played? It wasn't. I can't remember who it was. But that last game on the last. Like the game number 6 that you guys played was an all.
It was Italy. It was win or go home.
That's right. Yeah, whoever won that game advanced. So, you pulled it out. If you guys can carry that same momentum into Sunday, 4 or 5 days later, that could be an interesting game. But at the start of the week, depending on if you play to that form, then I don't think it'll be close. I think it'll be much wider gap than what I, predicted. I
can agree with that. Our availability has been awful. Guys just showing up. A lot of our guys showed up for Tuesday, and it showed, obviously. Mm-hmm. Honestly, when you look at this bracket, the left side's so much stronger. There's so many good teams on the left side, and honestly, if we had to make an argument for as far as winning it all, I think we got it all. I think we both agree here that Ivory Coast is the only team that we could feel like could stand up against the competition on the opposite side.
And they're technically the favorite to win it right now, undefeated with the preseason they had. I mean, they proved themselves to be pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got Sunday's the first round and Monday's second round. Wednesday will be the final.
Yes, Wednesday. That's awesome.
Why is that awesome?
Because Tuesday is the primary election day here in Missouri, so I'll be working the election stuff all night for the newspapers, and I wasn't going to get to play.
Oh, no. So you got to rely on your team winning the semis. Oh, my God.
No. Did you say Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday?
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
Oh, you said Wednesday.
I don't know why I did. I wanted to give you false hope.
You bastard.
I don't know what happened.
Take all that Germany stuff down.
Listen. I don't know what the hell happened in my brain there. Got fried.
I don't know. I might get to play it. Well, I'll have to see, but it'd be interesting.
You'll bring much disappointment to the Third Reich if you don't.
Made me so happy and then so sad. I don't know how I can continue doing this stuff.
Sorry about that, but so it's 3 rounds. Final prediction, Nubsy, that wouldn't be your team. Let's hear it.
Spain, Ivory Coast. Spain 1-0.
I'm going to go Ivory Coast. And I'm going to go Ivory Coast, Mexico. Ivory Coast 2-0.
Oh.
I'm gonna go with Mexico. Yeah, I am. I'm riding the train. I love the underdog. Everyone knows me. I rode on the Arsenal underdog train, and then I was let down very fast and fell on my face.
We'll see if all our people show up Sunday. We should be good, but
okay.
Never know.
Well, I look forward to that match. All the matchups are going to be great. So
they are going to be good. The intensity of the World Cup is so much higher.
Yeah, yeah. I think
something at stake every game. It's not like regular season where it's like, oh, we got 3-4 more weeks to get atop the table. No, you got to win.
Yep. That's why I love this. A single game, one game and you're done, or one game you move on. So should be good. Should be a lot of good action on Sunday. Hopefully we get a couple streams up. People can tune into some of the games. Nubsy, if we get eliminated early, maybe we can give the people at home a little live broadcast. What do you think?
Possibly. Depends
possibly.
on that election night Tuesday.
Yeah, election.
Thing.
Oh yeah, that nonsense.
Can I play a game? I might work that. Can I use it? Use a live stream as an excuse? I don't know.
That's okay.
We'll have to see.
Okay. That's all right. I'll find someone else. But yeah, so everyone, I'd like to thank you for watching. This was a short show. We just kind of wanted to break down everything and talk about the results, talk about what we think of next round. Nubsy, good luck to you, sir, next round, as always. Thank you for joining me, sir. Thank you very much. So Bryson66 here, Nubsy right there. Great job as always, man. And thank you all for watching. And good luck to all the teams in the knockout stage.